Anyway, reviews. I want to do more reviews on here. I want to do something. The official review. The official review, and this is going to be about Nickelback's new stuff. Nickelback's new stuff. Wow. He wants to do stuff about Nickelback, that one band that everybody hates. That one band that everybody seems to hate out there. Well, I think they might be starting to turn turn it around just a bit. But not really. Because people still don't like them very much. But, here's the thing. See, these cats, they're going on. They're kind of distracting me too. It's okay. The new stuff that they have coming out is actually okay. It's not too bad. I mean, it's kind of a change of formula a little bit. I mean, you saw with the last album that they had, what's the last album? No Fixed Address? No Fixed Address at like the, like Big Ben, the Tower. I think it was like London, stuff like that. I don't know. Yeah. So, that one had like Revolution on it, and that one was that was actually kind of a turning point, I think, or maybe sort of a turning point for them a little bit as far as their sound is concerned. They were trying to go for something a little heavier. That's really all that they did, I think, for that album, though. They didn't really do anything too extreme. They didn't depart too much from their original sound, because then after that they released another song that was kind of like a sappy heart tugger. Like, I forget. Like all the other ballads that they have out there, it was essentially kind of like that. Kind of sort of forgettable, otherwise I would probably remember it because I didn't really listen to it very much. But it's pretty decent. Let's see, Feed the Machine, it's definitely got more dark tones to it. It's darker and it's more current. So it's darker, current times, still like the Revolution song. So it's kind of trying to stick with political views and political themes, anti-establishment kind of themes. So they're kind of doing the anti-establishment thing with their songs now. It feels like they're trying to move in a direction that's more edgy for Nickelback. This is like Nickelback's version of edgy. They're trying to be more current, trying to be a little bit heavier. This is their version of that. And it's not too bad. And I have to go back to like some of the songs that they currently have out, which maybe I'll even have to cut this because I don't actually have the current songs. The fire of the song. Set the song on fire. I think it is. Set the song on fire. Yeah, something like that. So something about setting a song on fire. And that's more of a traditional Nickelback song. Traditional Nickelback song. And what else do we have? The one that they just released, that's another one that's like, I guess kind of forgettable. Because I just got done listening to the damn song and I still don't remember the name of it. I hate that. Anyway. So yeah, this pen, right? It's cool. Anyway, the other song from this album is coming out. They only have 3 of them released right now. I think if you pre-order, you get those 3. I'm not sure if they give you any other ones. But it's called Must Be Nice. These cats are really distracting though, like, to be honest. They're very cute, but very distracting. They're cute. They're cute. Anybody want to see these kitty cats? Oh, kitty. Whoa. Check that out. That's some instant views right there, man. You just did it, man. Get some views and whoever else comes in. I'm just trying to do a review here. Okay, so Must Be Nice. It is an okay song. Not as memorable as you'd probably want it to be, but my brain sometimes doesn't remember things even after I do them. So sometimes it can be like that, like cloudy or whatever. Maybe it is the song too. Let's just say it's a combination. But yeah, it's a good song. It's it's got some swears. It's got some swears in it. I'm not really somebody that's too keen on artists that put certain things in their songs. Um, and yeah, I will mention stuff like that, from time to time in music. I'm not trying to go for music that really has a lot of people putting a lot of swear words, a lot of profanity, a lot of things. I feel like it dilutes it a little bit, or yeah, it dilutes it a little bit. I think like it kind of takes away from it just a bit, especially if they have to rely on words. And some people don't. Some people kind of do. Like they put that too much in their music. There are specific types, different bands, different personalities. Some people like that stuff, some people don't. I'm a spiritual person, and not only because of that, but just because I really don't like it very much. I feel like it's kind of not as tasteful to put in there, even if you're just trying to emphasize a point. I don't know. But yeah, it's a good song. I think it's talking about maybe celebrity culture, maybe. But maybe it's just talking about girls, maybe it's talking about something, you know, people living in fairy tales, maybe just living in their bubbles, kind of like what Katy Perry's song was talking about too. There's plenty of other songs that kind of talk about similar topics like that, people living in their own fantasy worlds, their bubbles, and stuff like that, and, wondering why, like, the world is the way it is, but you're living in your own bubble, and that's why you don't really quite feel the impact or see the impact because your life is the way it is. You have certain things. Once bands start to get successful and start to sign and do stuff like that, we start to see these changes sometimes. We don't necessarily like them. People start to say, oh, well, they've changed too much. Oh, they're selling out. They're doing this. They're doing that. There definitely are times where things do feel that way. It's not always the case. Sometimes they are just trying to feel things out. They're trying to clean up the music more. They're trying to make it more crisp. They're trying to do things differently. It's not just so cut and dry, like this is what we're trying to do. Sometimes they're trying to follow certain trends, but maybe that's just to keep up with the times. They're trying to keep up with the times. They're not trying to fade away. They don't want to fade away, and nobody really does. And you have to understand that. And it's not that they're trying to just conform, like, oh, we're just trying to conform. They're trying to do their own style, but still try to stay as relevant as possible. And that's a very hard thing to do. And that's a lot of things, so much condensed into this is like a review for a Nickelback song, right? Just some songs and like the potential album that might be coming up before the album's even out. And I'm just going on a tangent. This is something that I do a lot, so I guess we're just going to call this a tangent. Nickelback tangents. Nickelback music tangent. But yeah, that's what it is. And maybe that's something that people might want to see. Maybe that's fun. Who knows? I think I'm going to end it though. It was a good song. The stuff that they have out now, I'm looking forward to Feed the Machine. I want to see what else they might have coming out. Not sure if I'll purchase the album, but I'm looking forward to at least seeing what they got coming out, what's in store. Along with other artists out there too, I'm kind of looking forward to some of their stuff. Maybe not purchasing their stuff, but I don't know, it depends on how I jive with it, how it meshes with me. So yeah. Interesting. There's some interesting things going on in the music world and just the overall world in general. We're not talking about just the music industry here. We're talking about everything. You see Ariana Grande's thing? I looked at some of that, little snippets. It looked like it was pretty fun. It looked like there was some cool stuff in it. See ya? Do things that internet people do if you like my stuff, maybe? Okay. Internet people. Or just real people that are on the internet. Yeah, just people that are on the internet. Do things that people do. If you choose to do that. I'm not forcing you to do it. I mean, you can do it if you want to. But, I'm just going to give it a play with the good guy.